Hey friends, hey fam. It's been a minute, but I've been kind of like alluding to over the last couple of weeks that I'm going to run the New York City Marathon again. And I want to share with you some of the kind of driving motivations of why I'm running the marathon and who I'm running it for. So I think just more broadly that we all undersell what we can accomplish in 10 or 15 years. And we oversell what we think we can accomplish in a year or a few months. So when I started running the New York City Marathon 5 years ago, I made it a goal to run it every year for 20 consecutive years. And I was on that path until, of course, last year the marathon was canceled, but we're back this year. And I'm more excited because I've got 15 more of them to run. So I'm 25% of the way there. That's really exciting. But what am I running it for? What's that driving motivation that's going to get me to show up every single year until I'm, 45 years old? What is that? So I do a little bit of digging and I start to figure out that the New York City Marathon raises tens of millions of dollars every single year for charities. So it's it's got to be bigger than me. It can't just be me. It's got to be something that's much larger than myself that gets me to come back every year. And it wasn't until my mom was diagnosed with follicular lymphoma did I say, wait a second, I've got something to finally attach myself to. And as unfortunate as that kind of experience is, it really does give you this kind of broader perspective of what matters and what's important in your life. And that in and of itself was challenged again when a dear friend of mine, Nina, was diagnosed with blood cancer. And it was those two things that kind of brought me together that said, wait a second, let me run on behalf of the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. They have a marathon team every year. I'll start to bring together my friends and family members. I'll convince people, I'll drag people with me to run the New York City Marathon. And what if I made this big kind of audacious goal? What if over the next 15 years, I raised $1 million+ alongside the people that I love and care about for a charity and a cause that's so close to my heart. So that's exactly why I'm here. I am going to run the 2021 New York City Marathon on behalf of my mom, Nina, and the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, along with 4 very good friends, colleagues from work, friends from New York City, a mother and a son. I'm just this is it. This is the phase 1 of the 15-year plan to raise $1 million. And every year, I'm going to make sure that this grows and continues to gain momentum, but it starts right now. It starts with somebody on the other side of this screen taking an interest in what I'm doing. It starts with somebody else sharing a story about how blood cancers have affected them, their families, their friends, their lives. And I think for me, it's more about finding this wrapper. I hate when I get emotional. Finding this wrapper that unites people. And for me, that's endurance sports. That's running a marathon. That's doing something that the brain says, wait a second, you shouldn't be doing this. 26.2 miles, New York City, that's crazy. And for me, that's crazy is the catalyst of unlocking something really great and truly something that unites people and brings people together. So that's why we're here. Now, I want to just share with you one story. We all think about these endurance sports challenges, and we often associate them with charities or some type of cause. Somebody's biking across America for X, or somebody's walking across America for Y, or somebody's doing a triathlon in every single state for, and I think what's so amazing about that is that where did that start? What happened in order for everybody to start to kind of say, I want to do this test of human endurance in order to inspire people towards a common goal and a cause? And for me, this is something that I started to unpack years ago at this point. And where I inevitably ended up was kind of, I don't know, it's almost poetic. It's a bit profound in a way. But the first ever charity run for a marathon was at the 1987, I believe, New York City Marathon. And a band by the name of Bruce was running on behalf of his daughter, who was diagnosed with blood cancer. And he compelled 34 of his friends and colleagues to rally around him, and they raised hundreds of thousands of dollars And that would start the beginning of a trend of people running these endurance races for charity. And I just thought, wow, that's so amazing that this has come full circle. I feel super compelled. Something close to home brought me to this place of wanting to do it. And now when I go back and do the research, it started actually with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, who now I am going to run on behalf of. So really cool, kind of full circle. And I wrote about it a ton in our team fundraising page that you guys can check out. I'm going to link it out in my bio, and I'm sure I'll drop it a bunch over the next couple of days. But I want to leave you with this. If somebody in your family, friend group, colleagues at work has been affected in any way, shape, or form by a blood cancer, if this video, or cancer in general, if this video in some way hits you somewhere in your feels and you say, you know what, like $1 million over the next 15 years, a marathon, like maybe in 2 or 3 years, I'll be ready to run a marathon. I want to build a team, and I want to build a team of people that are amazing, that feel inspired, that want to kind of work with me towards this big audacious goal over the next 15 years. And I'd love if that person was you. So any DMs, signs of re-encouragement, of course, donations, even like soft promises that you'll run the marathon with me in the next couple of years. I'll appreciate those as well. But I'm going to put it on you guys. I want you guys to help me shape this journey, because it's not going to be in the next couple of months. It's going to be over the course of the next 15 years. And who better to take that journey on with than my friends and my family, for my friends and my family. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I know this was incredibly long, but a lot of important stuff, and I wanted to kind of articulate it all at once, even though I'm going to do it a bunch over the next couple of weeks leading up to the New York City Marathon. Thanks, everyone.